Hello everyone, my name is Arohi and welcome to my channel. So guys, in my last video we learned how to build agentic AI apps using LangGraph. We saw how to create both single agent and multi-agent applications. But in LangGraph we have to design everything step by step. So we create flowchart like this, right? So we create flowchart, we decide how agents will connect, we decide how data moves and how each part works. So this approach of LangGraph gives us full control, but it also means that we have to do more work manually. We have to do everything ourselves. We have to set it up, right? Especially when we work with multiple agents together. So today we will learn another agentic AI framework called Crew AI. Crew AI helps. Crew AI handles most of the planning for us. So we don't have to do everything manually. Crew AI will handle all that planning for us. So let's begin. Let's see how it works. So first we will understand what is Crew AI and then we will see how we can use it. So let's understand it with the help of real world example. Let's first take an example of real world organization. So in any organization, there are departments and each department has its own responsibilities. So suppose we have a manufacturing company that produces air conditioners, and this company has various departments and each department is contributing towards one common goal, which is to produce successful product. So in this company, there are different departments. See, first one is HR department. HR department is responsible for hiring and managing employees. Then we have manufacturing and production department. This department is responsible for seeing the process of manufacturing of ACs. Then we have logistics and supply chain department. This department ensures that the raw material arrive on time and the finished ACs reached retailers on time. And after that, we have sales and marketing department. This department generates sales and it promotes the product, the brand, okay? And then we have this customer support department. This department assists customers with product related issues. This finance and accounting department is responsible to manage company budget, salaries, and the profitability. The IT department is there to handle company software, cybersecurity, and the internal systems. R&D department is there to design new models. So here, each department has a role. They're performing specific tasks and they are working together to achieve one big goal, which is delivering the high quality product to the market. Crew AI works just like this organization. In Crew AI, we have multiple agents where each agent has a specific expertise and each agent is performing a unique task. And instead of human managing departments, we replace them with AI agents. Now see this example. This same example we are seeing in the form of Crew AI, means how Crew AI will handle this task. Now you can see for HR department, instead of having a HR department where humans are managing that task, we created one agent and we named it HR agent. And for manufacturing department, we have this agent. For logistics department, we have this agent. For sales and marketing department, we have this agent. See, for each and every department, we have a specific agent. Instead of having different departments, we have created different agent and each agent will perform some task. And over here, we have a task. See, first task is hire engineers, sale people, and factory workers. So this is one task. This task can be done by which agent? So HR agent can do this task. So the next task is produce high quality product. Which agent can handle this task? This agent can handle this task. Now the next task is check raw material, check finished products, reach retailers. This task can be done by which agent? Logistic agent can do this task. Next task is to run ad. So sales team, sales and marketing agent can handle this task. And then we have next task, track company revenue and factory cost. So we have a finance agent which can perform this task. Then customer support agent can do this task, help customer with installations and troubleshootings. So this customer support agent can do this task. Then we have design new models. R&D department agent can do this task. And then we have a IT department agent which can handle this company software. In Creo AI, we have multiple agents. So these are the agents. We have list of tasks like this. And then in the center, we are having this process. The task of this process is to assign task to agent, means which agent will perform which task and what should be the order of these tasks, right? That thing is handled by this process. And this overall structure which I have discussed over here is called Creo. So Creo, inside Creo, we have multiple agents, we have list of tasks, we have a process decide which task can be done by which agent. Each agent is expert in some task, right? So it has its own expertise. Like this HR agent is an expert in hiring people, and this agent is expert in manufacturing task. So every agent has some expertise, and based on their expertise, the process will assign the task to these agents, and this is called Creo. Now let's understand it in more detail. See, every agent will have tools. Every agent will use tool to perform the task. So in LangChain and in LangGraph also, when we used to build agents, we used to give the list of tools to those agents, right? In the same way, in Creo AI also, agents will use different tools. So agent can use single tool, agent can use multiple tools. So this is how tools are used. And this process, you know, this part is also clear. So these are tasks. Then we have tools, agent, and process, because these are the 4 important key points in Creo AI. So guys, before understanding what are agent, tools, process, and task in detail, let's see a few examples where we can use Creo AI. So first example is this AI powered TripAdvisor. So suppose you want to travel from India to Rome next month. You open this AI powered TripAdvisor app, and then you mentioned, I want to travel from India to Rome next month, and I am interested in sightseeing and good food. So now on the basis of that input, so this trip planner agent have these 4 agents working under it. The flight booking agent will help to provide the best deals on flights. Hotel recommendation agent will provide the hotel recommendations. Sightseeing planner agent will provide the list of sites which a person can visit. And then this food advisor agent can provide the best food options in the area. So these 4 agents will work separately in different areas, and then they provide all the information to this trip planner agent. Now this agent finally, collect everything together and create the refined list of options for us. So suppose it provided us best flights and hotels, it provided us top tourist attractions, it provided us list of local foods recommendation and daily schedule. See, here every single agent is doing some specific task, and if you are doing this task manually, if you're trying to plan your trip manually, then you are going to spend so much time in order to get all these details. But here, with the help of this AI powered TripAdvisor, we are getting it in minutes or in seconds, right? So this is how you can use Creo AI to build such applications. Then the next example is AI chatbots. Let's say there is one e-commerce company and they have a chatbot, and over there they can have multiple agents. Let's say the tech support agent will handle technical queries of the user, sales agent will handle the queries related to sales, and the FAQ agent can handle only those queries which are frequently asked questions. Here also we are dividing the task, and each agent is expert in their own field, so they can perform better. So this is the benefit of multiple agents. If you have multiple agents, that means each agent is specialized in their own field and they can perform better. They can give good experience to user. Now let's understand how Creo AI works. So I've told you that agent, tools, task, and process, these are the 4 important key points in Crew AI. So guys, this diagram I took it from the official website of Crew AI. So here you can see AI agents. AI agents can use tools, and then we have number of tasks over here. In the center we have process. So this is what I have explained you. So this is the same picture I have explained you in a simpler way. We are having multiple agents. Each agent can use list of tools. Then we have list of tasks, and we have a process in the center. What this process does, it assign task to agent, means which task can be done by which agent and it should be in which order. So all this task we call it crew. Okay, so now let's understand what are agents first, then we will understand tools, process and tasks. In Crew AI, each agent is like a team member with a specific role, expertise and instructions. See here also. See here only. This flight booking agent is like a one team member. The task of this team member is to book flights. And this hotel recommendation agent is like a team member who will provide the list of hotels on the basis of our budget. Okay. So agent is like a team member, and each agent has a specific role, expertise and specific set of instructions. Means this agent will have a specific set of instructions. On the basis of those instructions only it can work. Okay, so this is what agent is, and these agents can communicate with each other. See, this agent is communicating with this one, this can communicate with this one. So every agent can communicate with all the other agents. By communication, I simply means they can pass the information to the next agents, or they, let's say this agent, suppose this agent done some task, and after completing the task the output of this agent should go to this agent, then only this agent can work. Let's say this is the scenario. So every agent can send information to the other agents. Every agent can send task. It can assign task to different agents. And in Crew AI, we define agent like this. Whenever you are using a agent, you will provide all these details. First is the name of the agent. Means each Crew AI agent has a name. It can be sales agent, FAQ agent, tech support agent, like this. You'll provide name to each agent. Okay. Then each agent will have a role, means the responsibility of that agent. And then each agent will have a goal, means what is the aim of that agent which it is trying to achieve. So for example, the goal of travel agent can be find best travel deals. And then each agent will have a backstory which will provide the context to that agent. Okay. Then each agent will use one LLM. It can be any LLM. It's GPT-4, Gemini, Llama, any LLM can be used. And then each agent will use a list of tools. It can be a single tool, it can be multiple tools, right? So tools are simply external functionalities, and every agent can use a tool. So these are the different things. Whenever you are going to write a code for agent, we will provide all these things. Look at this example over here. So here we have multiple agents. Suppose we have a task, we are building a news summarization app. Okay, so we are trying to build a news summarization app. For that we are using these three agents. First agent, the name of the first agent is news scrapper agent. This agent will, the role of this agent is web crawler. Remember, I've told you that each agent will have a name, each agent will have a role and goal, backstory, model and tool. So that's what we are going to understand. Okay, so first we have this news scrapper agent. The name of the agent is this. Role is web crawler, means it will crawl the web. Task, what is the task of this agent? It will fetch the latest news. Suppose this agent performed a task, now it fetched the latest news. Now this agent is sending that info or task to the next agent, which is a summarizer agent. The name of this agent is summarizer agent, and the role is content analyst. The task this agent will perform is, it will extract the key insights from the news. Which news? the news which it received from the previous agent. Okay, and then it find out the key insights from it. Then this agent passed that task to the next agent. Now this is a writer agent. Role of this agent is report generator, and the task of this agent is to generate a structured summary. So we used three agent, and in coding this is how you will write. So this news scrapper, this agent, this is how you'll write. You will write an agent and you will provide a name, role, goal, backstory, chat, this LLM and tools. See, here we have provided the name of the tool. Which tool we are using here? News scrapper tool, because to get the news from the internet, we need some sort of tool which can fetch the data from the internet. So for that, this tool is getting used. And this is the code for summarizer agent. Again, we provided the name, role, goal, backstory and LLM. In the same way, we wrote the code for the third agent. So this is how you are going to write code for agent. Whenever you want to define an agent, for every agent you will write this kind of code. This is what I have explained you over here, right? Now we know what are agents and what they does. Now let's move to the next part, which is tools. So guys, tools we have studied in LangChain also, LangGraph also. What are tools? Tools are external functionalities. So suppose you are using a LLM, and LLMs are trained on fixed data set, and they can only answer the questions based on that trained data. So let's say you asked something which happened in last week. So let's say you asked, tell me the list of movies which are trending this week. Then for that, LLM can't answer. So we need some sort of tool which will search the web and provide us list of new movies, right? So we are doing this task with the help of specific tool which is performing web search, right? So that's why we need tool. The task which are LLM, the questions which are LLM can't answer, we can get the answer of those questions with the help of tools. Let's say you want to ask about stocks, recent updates in stock. So that again your LLM can't answer. You need some sort of tool which can fetch the data related to those stocks and give it to you. So these are tools. And guys, there are two types of tool. One are built-in tools. Built-in tools means which are already available. We can directly call them. So this is one of the built-in tool. DuckDuckGo search. It performs web search. To use this tool, you just need to install it like this, and then see we are calling this tool like this. So this is called built-in tool. Like this, we have various built-in tools, right? But sometime what happen is you need some tool which is not there. So you want to build your own tool. So we call it custom tools. How we can create our custom tools? See, here I have shown you a simple example. I have shown you two different examples. So this is a Python function. See, tools are functions only. Like the functions which we create in Python, we create functions in Python like this, and now we can use them as tools. So here we have a function with the name of add which can perform addition of two numbers. So this is one tool. Then we have another function with the name of multiply which will perform multiplication of two numbers. This is another function. So these are called custom tools. You can write the code for your use case and then you can use it as a custom tools. So here, as I've told you, each agent will use a list of tools, and what kind of tool it can use? It can use custom tools or it can use the built-in tools as per the task which this agent is doing. On the basis of that, we can provide the list of tools to it. Okay. Now we know what are agent, what are tool. Now let's understand about tasks. In Crew AI, tasks are a job that agents needs to complete. You can think of a task as a job assignment given to an employee in a company. Let's understand this with example. So we will take the same example which we have used earlier, the news summarization example. So see here. So task. First task is fetch news. So to fetch the news, assigned agent means this task should be assigned to news scraper agent. So we have 3 agents over here. Out of these 3 agents, which agent can perform the task of fetch news? News scraper agent, right? And the goal is retrieve the latest news. So this is how each task will be defined. For each task, we need a assigned agent, means this task is assigned to which agent and what is the goal. Okay, so the first task, which is fetch news, is assigned to this agent. So if we can see this example, so over here we have these tasks. For each task, we will define the agent and the goal. So this task will be assigned to HR agent, and the goal is to recruit more people. And then this task can be assigned to this agent, and the goal of this task is to perform the production and to complete the production in time. Then we have this task. This task can be assigned to logistics and supply chain department agent, right? And the goal is to get everything on time. And then this task can be assigned to this agent. So like this, over here, if in case of news summarization, so to fetch the news, this task is assigned to this agent and the goal is this. Once we get the news, to summarize the key points. Now the task is to summarize the key point. To summarize the key points, this agent is used, and the goal is to extract important information. And then to write the final report, task is to write the final report. This task is getting assigned to writer agent, and the goal is to create a well-structured article. So for every task, you will provide these details. Now let's see in coding how we do that. See, so this part I have shown you, right? This is how we create agent. Here we have created the news scraper agent. This is a summarizer agent, and this is the writer agent. And I have told you, whenever you create agents, you will provide these details. So we done that. And here we have defined the task. So this is the first task. And see, here we are providing the description and the agent. See, this task we are assigning to this agent. Summarization task we are assigning to this agent. Writing task we are assigning to this agent. Right? See, here we have written the agent name and the description. Agent name and the description. So this is how you will write the task, and this is how you will write the agents. Now we know about tasks. Now we know about this part. Now the next thing is process. Let's understand this. See, process is a workflow management system, means it will see which tasks should be done first and which task should be assigned to which agent. So see, the first task is in news summarization app. Let's take the same example, only this news summarization, this one. Okay, this is the task which we are performing. So in this, the first task is fetch news, and assigned agent is this. See, process type step 1, means this should be the first step. And then next task is summarize key point, and this is the agent assigned, and this should be the second step. See, process type. So guys, there are 2 kind of processes. One is to perform in a sequential manner, one is parallelly. So we will discuss that in some time. And what I'm trying to tell you over here is that we are telling which task should be done first, which task should be done on second step, and which task should be on the third step. So this is what process is. So see this example over here. This is the same news summarization app. So process will first see that fetch news is the first task, and it should be given to news scraper agent, and this should be the first step. Okay, so this is done by process, and then this should be the second task, and processor will decide that this task should go to summarization agent. Okay, and then this is the third task, and then process decided that this task should be given to the writer agent, right? So the sequence, means how the process should work, how the app should work, is decided by this process, and this whole thing is known as crew. Okay, so this is what process is. So as I've told you that this process can work in two ways. One is sequential execution and the other one is this parallel execution. Sequential execution means first task one will be completed, then it will go to the second task, then third task will be done, right? Fetch news and then summarize and then write report. And then we have parallel execution. Parallel execution means task 1 and task 2 we are doing together and then we are performing the third task. So in our news summarization app, suppose we are fetching news and summarizing it at the same time, and then it is going to the next step, which is writing a report. So over here we are doing parallel execution. This fetching news and summarization we are performing parallelly. So we can either use the sequential manner, okay, or we can execute this parallel execution. So this is what process is. Now let's see the practical implementation. So guys, my today's tutorial I'm showing you on Google Colab Notebook. So you will click on edit, notebook settings, and select the GPU first. So save it. Next task is to install all the required modules. So these are the modules which you need: Crew AI tool, LangChain community, and LangChain OpenAI. So we are installing these modules now. So guys, today I'm going to show you how to create a news summarization app. So to create a news summarization app, we first need to fetch news from the internet. So we need a web search tool. So let's define a tool which will perform the web search. So website search tool, we are importing it from Crew AI tool. So guys, this is a built-in tool, so that's why we can directly import it like this. First you will import it and then you will initialize it. You can use this tool like this. So in my web search tool variable, I have initialized this tool. This will perform web search to fetch the latest news. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, OpenAI API key. Okay guys, so we need to define our LLM also first. So let's define our LLM. So here, before this cell, let's write the code for LLM. So this is my LLM. I'm importing chat OpenAI from here. And guys, I'm using OpenAI LLM. So to use that, I need the API key. This API key will not work for you. You have to paste your own API key. So guys, if you don't want to use this AI model, then you can use some other LLM also. So here I'm importing the LLM, and in my LLM variable I have the LLM. So run it. We will run this cell again. See, now it is working. Now we have our LLM and we have the tool. Which LLM we are using? We are using OpenAI's GPT-4 LLM. Next step is to create the agent. First, which agent we need? We need an agent which will perform the web search. So for that, write this. See, from Crew AI, import agent, and in researcher variable, I'm creating an agent. So call this agent over here. And guys, remember I've told you we need to define all these things when we want to create the agent. So the role of this agent, goal of this agent is to provide up-to-date market analysis of the AI industry, backstory, and it will use the web search tool. Verbose true means you will see on the screen whatever process is happening, you can see that on the screen. Okay, so this is how you create the agent. Run it. So this agent will perform the web search and will fetch the news. Now we need another agent which will use the news which it fetched from the internet to generate the answer, to generate the response. So for that we have this tool. See, writer tool. We are calling the agent again. Role is content writer. This will write. We are telling this agent that your role is content writing, means you will write the content, and the goal is to craft a blog post about the AI industry. Writer agent will take all the data, all the text which the research agent fetched from internet using this web search tool, and this writer agent will create a blog post on that. And here we are not using any tool, because LLM will perform the task. LLM can write the blog for us, right? So we don't need any separate tool for it. But over here in researcher, we need to search the web for the news. So that's why we use this tool. Okay. So now let's run it. Now our writer agent is also ready. This writer agent will fetch the data from the research agent, and then it will write a blog post on latest AI trends. Now we need to define the tasks. So guys, in Creo AI, I have told you there are 4 main things. First is agent, and then tools, then task, and the process. So we have to define all those things. So till now we have used tool, we have used only single tool for web search. Then we created agents. So 2 points we have covered, but we still need to create tasks, and then we will create the process, right? So let's create the task. So first of all, you need to import the task from Creo AI. And then this is how you create the task. First we are creating how many tasks we have? We have 2 tasks. First is to search the internet and fetch news. Second is to write. So this is the first task, and the name of the task is research. And guys, as I've told you, we will provide these 2 things: description and expected output, and the agent. We are assigning to this task, we are assigning the researcher agent. So where is the researcher agent? Here we have defined the researcher agent. Researcher agent will use this tool. Okay. So this is the first task. Now let's run it. Now we have to define the second task. So this is the second task. Write. Creating a task again. Which agent? Writer agent. We are mentioning that this task will be given to writer agent, and the expected output should be in this format. And then the output file, guys, what we are doing is we are saying that when this task will be executed, we want to store the output, the blog post which our writer agent will write. We will store that. We want to store that in a newspost.md file, right? So the writer agent will write a post. That post we can find in blog post folder. We will have a file with the name of this name, and then when you'll open that and newspost.md file, you can see a blog on latest AI trends. So let's run this also. Now we have the task, we have agent, we have tools. Now we want to write the code for Creo, means the process, and we will run it. To do that, we are writing like this. See, in a Creo variable, we are creating a Creo. We are writing the names of the agents. So these are the 2 agents we have. Then we are providing the tasks also, list of tasks. We have provided the list of tasks. We have provided the list of agents. Verbose true will show you the process on screen. Planning true. And then once you define the Creo like this, you need to use Creo.kickoff to see the output. Now let's run it. See, planning the Creo execution. It is planning the task, means how to how to do this entire task. See, first, market research analyst, this agent, and the task. What is the task assigned to that agent? Search the web for latest AI trends and provide a summarized report. And then it did some task, and then it is inserting in ChromaDB. See, guys, we asked to find the latest AI trends. So there are various different websites which have data related to that. So one by one, it is seeing those websites and it is storing the data in a ChromaDB, and finally it will combine all the results. It is searching this website and then it is getting the answer from there. Like this, it will search different websites, and then finally the content writer agent will write the response, write the blog. Now see, once the researcher agent perform the task, then the next task is assigned to content writer. It will write an engaging blog post about the AI industry based on the research analyst summary. See, it outlined the structure. Then agent, content writer, the final answer of this agent is this. Okay. And the Creo output, Now in your blog post folder, you can see this blog. Now let me open my blog post folder. See, this is the blog post folder. Here you can see the post. Now let's open this post. This is the post. See, newspost.md, and this is what we got. See, we have a blog post on latest AI trends, and we got this blog post using two different agents. We used one agent to research the internet, and then we used another agent to write the blog for us. So like this, guys, you can use multiple agents here. See, within few minutes only we have a blog post ready, and here everything is done by AI agents. It searched the internet, it collected data from various sources, then it stored those blog posts in a database. Then from that database, it read everything, and then it created a blog post for us. So this is how you can use Creo AI. The link of this code is mentioned in description section. You can get this code from there. And now we know what is Creo AI. We have also seen how to create multiple agents in Creo AI. Now let's build AI powered travel assistant using Creo AI, which will help us plan trips instantly. Instead of manually searching for hotels or attractions or travel logistics, our AI assistant will take care of everything for us. So to build this system, we will use Creo AI, LangChain, and Streamlit. We will use multiple AI agents, and those agents will work together to create a personalized travel plan based on the user's interest and preferences. So guys, before showing you the practical implementation, let me show you the app which we are going to build. Then I'll teach you step by step. I'll show you the step by step process of creating it from scratch. So this is the app. Person will first write the city, India, destination city you will write here, departure date, and we have a calendar over here. User can select a date, and for return date user can select a date, and here user will write the interest, and then user will click on this generate travel plan. When user will click on this generate travel plan, this AI is preparing the trip for that person now. And if you want to see the backend, here you can see this is what happening, and once this process will be done, user will see the output over here. See, city local guide expert is working, destination Rome, arrival date is this, departure date is this. On the basis of this, city local guide expert is creating the options for user. And if you scroll up over there, you can see the travel trip expert agent is working. So like this, the agents will work, all the agents will work, and finally you'll see the report over here. You go back to our app, and here we can see the final plan, and you can click on this download travel plan. And guys, when you'll click on this download travel plan, you will get the travel plan like this. And guys, apart from that, you will also get these files. See, these three files. Now let's open these three files and see. This is the output by all the three agents. So let's see what we get from city report. See, this is what we got from city report. Travel guide to Rome. These are the dates which we have mentioned. Accommodations, budget friendly hostels. See, first it is showing us this, and the price, location, and then it showed us this, and then after that it is showing us mid-range hotels and hotel name, price, location, features, and we are having one link also. We can click on it and we can see more details about it. Then this is the second hotel option. Then it provided us luxury hotels also. Then this is the hotel name, and these are the details. This is the second hotel and the details of that. Cost of living, daily expenses it showed us over here. Then meals, budget, mid-range, transportation, and then what are the different options for transportation, that also we have over here. Visa requirements, see, all these details are here. And then we also getting weather forecast. and then what are the events are there in Rome in March, and these are the travel trips. One of the agent provided us this detail. Then next agent provided us this guide report. So this is the guide report. Let's open it. You can read the guide report from here. And then this travel plan.md file. This is the final travel plan. So let's see what we have in this. See, this is the travel plan. So first you can read about it, and then here is a day by day plan. Day 1, arrival in Rome 1st March. In morning you can this is what you can do, afternoon and evening. And then day 2 you can go to Colosseum, and this is the time. Afternoon you can go for lunch nearby. In evening you can visit this particular area, and then on day 3 you can go to Vatican City, and in morning, afternoon, evening you can do all these activities. For day 4 we have this, for day 5, and then day 6 and day 7. So here you can see we have a very well planned trip for us. So this kind of application we are going to build today. And guys, before showing you how to build this application, let's understand the things on Jupyter Notebook. Let's understand each and every code on Jupyter Notebook. Then we will create a project, and then you can have this kind of application. So let's start. So this is my Jupyter Notebook. First we are installing all the requirements. So these are the requirements. We are installing Crew AI tools, LangChain, LangChain community, LangChain Ollama. We are using this LangChain Ollama because the LLM which we are going to use today is Llama 3.2, and for that you need this module. Streamlit is required because we want to build a web application. And this DuckDuckGo search, this is a tool. This tool our agents will use to fetch data from websites, and that's why we are installing it. And this Crew AI and Crew AI tool. So guys, I am not executing this cell because I have already performed it. You will run this cell. And now let's write the code for our LLM, because we are going to use some LLM, right? So we are using Llama 3.2. So guys, how we can use Llama? First of all, you need to install Ollama on your PCs. So write ollama.com, and if you don't have Ollama installed in your PC, visit this website, click on this download, and then you will select the operating system. In my case it's Windows, so select Windows, click on download for Windows, and then here you will see the setup like this. And then you will double click on it and follow the on-screen instructions. Then you will have this Ollama installed on your machines. After that, open command prompt, and here type Ollama. If Ollama is installed, you will see these kind of things. Okay, this kind of screen you will see. Now to use this Llama 3.2 model on your machine, you need to download this model to your local machine. And how you can do that? Just open Ollama GitHub repo, open this first link, scroll down, and from this model library, see guys, these are the different options which you can use. You can use DeepSeek R1 if you want to use. And like this, you can use any LLM. What we are using today, we are using this LLM. The parameters, number of parameters in this LLM is 3 billion. And the size of this model is this, means it will take this much of space in your machine. And then you will copy from this download, you will copy this command and go to your command prompt here. And here you will type this and you will run it. In my case, I have already installed it, so that's why I can directly chat with this model. In your case, if you are downloading it for first time, so it will take some time. This model will first download. This kind of screen you will see if you are running it for the first time. And in my case, as I have already performed this step, so I can directly chat with the model. So that means this Llama 3.2 model is downloaded in your machine. Now you can use it. And after that, using this line, you can use the LLM. We don't need any kind of API key. You just import LLM from Crew AI and import Ollama LLM and provide the name of the LLM which you want to use from Ollama, and then your LLM is ready. Now in this variable you have your LLM. Next thing is Tools. See guys, in Creo AI, I have told you that there are 4 main key points. One is tool, agent, third is task, and fourth is process. So now we are going to define the tools. Tools will be used by agents to perform the functionality. So in our case, what kind of tool we need? We need a tool which can perform web search. So for that, we will use DuckDuck Search Go tool. So this is how you can use it. From creoai.tools, you will import the tools. Then you will import this DuckDuck Go Search. And then you will create a function like this. And here we are initializing that tool. And then to run this tool, you will write .run. And here the query, the user's query will be written here. .run will run the tool, means DuckDuck Search Go tool will search the web and fetch the results. So this is the single tool which we are going to use. Now we have the tool ready. We can create agents now. So this is my first agent. To create the agent, first you will import the agent from Creo AI. And in this variable, I'm creating the agent. The role of the agent is city local guide expert. This agent will provide information on things to do in the city based on the user's interest. And backstory tools. The tool which this agent will use is this search web tool, this tool. And what tool we are using over here? DuckDuck Go Search. And then verbose true will show you the result on screen. LLM, this LLM we want to use. So this is the first agent. Now let's create the second agent. So this is my second agent. In this variable, location expert variable, I'm creating this agent. Role is travel trip expert, and the goal is this. You can see the backstory tool. This is also using the same tool and the same LLM. Guys, you can use various LLM. You can use different LLM for each agent. Let's say for this you are using Llama 3.2. For next agent you can use ChatGPT's GPT-4 or GPT-4o, or you can use Gemini. For every agent, if you want, you can work with different LLMs. You can use different LLMs. But for this tutorial, I'm using single LLM. Okay. So now let's run this agent also. Now let's create another agent. This is the third agent. This is a planner agent. This agent will finally plan everything on the basis of this location expert and the guide expert. Okay. So total how many agents we have? 3 agents. And at the main agent is this planner agent. This agent will give us the entire trip plan, and this agent will take help from this agent and from this agent. Okay. So that I'll show you in some time. So the role of this agent is travel planning expert. The goal is compile all gathered information. From where it will gather the information? It will gather the information from the location expert and from the guide expert. On the basis of that, it will make the plan. Now the next step is to create tasks. So this is my first task. See, we are importing task from Creo AI, location task. So this is the first task. We are using this task over here, and whenever we want to create task, we provide description, expected output, agent, and output file. So guys, if you don't know why we are writing like this, then please check this tutorial. In this I have explained in detail how Creo AI work and how we are why we are writing all these things over here. So after checking that video, you will understand this better. Okay. So in task, this is the description, and guys, in description, see, traveling from, here user will write from which city user is traveling, and destination city, date from, date to. So these are the things these things will be provided by user. So for now I will write these values manually, but when we will create a Streamlit app, from over there we will fetch these values from the user. So for now I'm writing these values over here manually. So from city India, destination Rome, date from 1st, date to 7th March, interest is this. So right now I provided these values manually. That means when we will perform this task, what will happen? It will use location expert to to solve this task. So we have a task, this task. To solve this task, we need some agent. And which agent we are using? Location expert. Now let's scroll up and see location agent. See, this is the location expert. This agent will perform the task, okay? And then when this agent will perform this task, we are mentioning over here that the expected output is in this format. So our agent will perform the output, will give us the output in this format, and the output we are storing in city_report.md file. Okay, so the output of this task we will store in a city_report.md file. So let's run it. Now let's mention the next task. So this is the next task, guide task. Task is this. Okay, again here see destination, interest, all these things user will provide, and in our case for now we have manually provided these values over here. And follow this rule, expected output should be in this format, and the agent which is getting used to perform this task is guide expert. Okay, who will perform this task? Guide expert agent. And the output of this task will be stored in guide report.md file. Okay, so let's run this. Now let's write the third task. So this is the third task, planner task. This is the main task. Okay, so the task, again, the description of the task is mentioned over here. Expected output is this kind of output we need. And the context, guys, see location task in the guide task. So this planner task, our main task is this, and this task will provide us the output on the basis of which context the task, which location task in the guide task did, that will become the context to it, this planner task, and then planner task will create the final trip plan for user. And which agent is getting used for this planner task? This planner expert. Where is the planner expert? Scroll up and we have a planner expert over here, right? So this will perform the task, and our final plan we will get in this file, travel_plan.md. So this is the third task. So guys, now we have 3 agents, 3 tasks, single tool. So this travel_plan.md is the final plan which this travel agent gave us. In the next cell, I'm just putting all these 3 tasks in functions so that we can use it more easily. So that's what I'm doing. See, I've created a function with the name of location task. See, so this is the entire task which I've explained you. Okay, so I've written it in a location task. In the same way, in guide task function, I've mentioned this task. Okay, and in the planner task function, I've mentioned this task. Okay, next step is this. What I'm doing, I'm simply using the variables, and in that variable, I'm calling the function. I'm calling the location task function in location task variable, guide task function in guide task variable, planner task function in planner task variable. Now let's run the crew. So I'm importing crew and process. Here I'm initializing the crew. I'm providing all the agents. So we have these 3 agents. So in agents, we have provided the name of those agents. In task, we have provided the name of all the tasks. In process, we are mentioning that we want a sequential process. So guys, there are 2 types of processes. One is sequential, one you can do parallelly. So we are doing sequential process over here. Sequential means after one task, second task will be done. And this is how you run the crew.kickoff. Now let's run it. So now when you'll run it, see, travel trip expert agent is working. The task is this. See here. Traveling from India, Rome, this is the detail we have provided, and then it performed the task. It is working. Still this travel trip expert is working, and still it is working. Final answer of travel trip expert is this. Then we have a next agent, which is city local guide expert. This is the second agent. Now this agent is working. It is also getting the detail which we have mentioned, which user mentioned. And then it is still working. Okay, city local guide expert, final answer is this. Then the travel planning expert, our main agent, is working, and then this is the final answer. See, day 1 you can do these activities, day 2 you can do this, day 3 you can do this, and we have saved this entire plan in a MD file. Where you can see that MD file, let me show you. See, these are the three .md files. This is the travel.md file. I've shown you earlier also. See, this is the travel.md file. We have our plan day by day, first day, second day, third day, right? And then this guide report.md file have this data. Then city report.md file have all these details where you can find the hotels, you have the price also, location also, you have transportation options over here, you have visa requirements if you want to know something about that you can see. The forecast is here, what are the different events happening in March in Rome, that you can see over here. Some travel trips are there. So we got everything in seconds. And guys, imagine if you are doing all this task manually, then how much time it is going to take, right? So that's why these agents, multiple agents, are very helpful. Now we know what all agents we are going to use, what are the different tasks we are going to perform, right? Now let's create a Streamlit app to make this applications. So guys, for that I have created one folder. See, this Streamlit TripAdvisor app. Inside this folder, this is my code. First, this requirement.txt file. So these are the different requirements which we have already installed, right? And then see, we have this travel agent, travel task, travel tools. So in travel agents, you will have all the agents which we have created. So the code is entirely same. I just pasted the code in different files. See, LLM, using the same LLM. This is the first agent. I have explained you how to create this agent. Then this is our second agent. This is the planner agent. Okay, so this is what we have in travelagents.py. Then we have traveltask.py file. So let's see that. See, so we have created 3 different functions for 3 different tasks, right? So this is the first function. Guys, the code is entirely same which I have explained you in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so this is the first task. This will give you this file. This is the second task. It will give you this file. And then we have the third task. This will provide us this travelplan.md file. Okay, and then we can see the tools we are using. So tools we have over here. See, we are using single tool, which is DuckDuckGo search. And guys, if you want to use some other tool, see here have mentioned, let's say you want to scrap data from the website, then you can use this tool. If you want to use another website search tool, you can use this tool. Okay, so this I have pasted over here for your reference. So we have these tools. And finally, we have this myapp2.py file. Here we are running the crew. Here we are writing the code which will create the Streamlit app. So let's see that. See, from travel agents file, from this travel agents file, we are importing the 3 agents. And from travel task file, this file, we are importing the 3 tasks. And then we want to create the crew and process. That's why we are importing it from Crew AI. We are importing Streamlit also because we are going to build a web application using Streamlit. And this st.title means we are providing the title to our app, which is AI powered trip planner. And you can see it here, this. Okay, so this we got with the help of st.title, and then this text over here we are getting with the help of this st.markdown. And then we have these 5 variables. See, in these 5 variables, I want to fetch data from the user. So these are 5 different text boxes where user will input the values. See, so this is the first text box where user will write the city from which it is user is traveling, destination, user will type the departure date, return date, and here user will write the interest of the users, and then user will click on this generate plan. Okay, So if st dot button, this generate travel plan button, see this button. If user clicked this button, then we are running one more if condition. In that condition, we are checking that if user have provided all the values over here. If user missed even single column, single text box, then our app will show the error. And if user provided all these values, then app will work and we are performing the different tasks. See, location task, guide task, plan task. See, location task we are assigning to location expert, guide task we are assigning to guide expert, and planner task for planner task, this guide task and location task. On the basis of these two tasks, our planner task will perform the task, will give us the final output. Okay, and this from city, destination, date, from all these values we are fetching from user, which user will enter in the text boxes. And after that we are running the crew. We are providing all the agents to the crew. We are providing all the tasks, processes sequential, full output true, verbose true. Then we are running the crew, and then the result we are showing on the screen using this line. And whatever result we get, we want to store that result in a text file. So for that we are converting the result into the string first, and then you will see a download button, and using that download button you can store the result. So let's run the app and see. See, suppose these are the details which user provided. Click on this generate travel plan. See, AI is preparing. See this one. AI is preparing your response. Now, if you want to see on the back end, see, travel trip expert is working. These are the details which we have provided. See, city local guide is working now. Now, travel planning agent started working. It is using this tool output. This is the output of the tool. Guys, sorry, I missed one thing. To run this code, you will write Streamlit run myapp2.py. So this is how you run the applications in Streamlit. Okay. See, everything you get over here. See, this is the final output, and here on the screen you can see that. Here you can see the travel plan by this AI powered travel plan. See, when to visit, and then where to stay, then what to do. These are the different activities. Then tips for smooth trip, safety insight, additional resources. And if you want to download it, click on this download, and here you can see all those details. So guys, this is how you can create AI powered applications where we are using multiple agents, and we developed this app using Creo AI, LangChain and Streamlit. So guys, the link of this code is given in description section. You can get this code from there, and I hope this video is helpful. And guys, if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.